65 by 65 hollow fiber scatter cushion inner. I'm gonna make, I've marked it 600 because I want a fuller design. Now the outer line, the edge of the table here, and there the outer line there is this 600 by 600, and then I'm tapering in the edges with by 2 centimeters, like you can see there. Now that is where I'm going to cut. So the idea on that is, so if you look at cushions, then the sides of it is actually popping in, and the points, the point side here is always like standing out, and then it goes in and come out. Now the idea is, by doing that, is that you should get a fairly straight edge, so your cushion will be straight. I hope that makes sense. Okay, I'm going to cut this out, and then I will show you further when I do the basing. And after you cut out the first pattern, you lay it face on face with the material again. You can at this stage just cut it, but I like to just make the mark again. So because the material moves, and then you're lost. And then you have to battle to get everything lined up again. Yeah. Now let's cut out the next section. What you also can do, if you're going to make quite a bit of cushions of the same size, is take a piece of hardboard or masonite or anything like that, and make a board, a metal, with a wooden template, and then you just put your template down and you mark the edges. That's stuff for people making quite a bit of cushions. I'm only going to make 3, so yeah, it's not such a big hassle for me. To cut your pattern out, I like to fold the material in the middle. It should line up with that mark you had on your when you marked it out, but I like to notch my centers, and that's just a reference point when you're sewing. You're on target. As I'm not a professional bolster, I'm using basting tape. This is a thin double-sided tape that you put around your edge, and now I can put my piping, peel it off, and then I stick my piping in place before I'm going to sew it. So the piping is I've made just a soft cord inside, and then you stitch it like in a round form. You get the piping foot on your walking foot machines. So yeah, this is, you can probably buy this piping, but I'm going to put the black edging, black piping as the edge on this yellow cushion. Okay, let me go and put the piping, and then I'll come back. After applying your basting tape, you can put your piping on, and you can see the way I've cut the material, that the centers is a little bit wider than the corner sides. If you find, like in this corner where it is not nice, you can, with the basting tape now, you can loosen it and get it on the right spot for you. Okay, face side of the material is facing up, and you put your piping on that. Also on the corners, you will have to slit your piping so it can take the corners to get a nice sharp 90-degree corner. Okay, for the zipper I'm also going to use backing tape, but this is a 6mm, a much thinner one. You want to stay as far away as possible. Although stitching is going to be very close to the zipper teeth, you don't want this backing tape, the glue, to be close to the zipper. That will give you problems. Okay, this zipper has got a stop. If you don't have the stop, you will have to put a little piece of cloth here and sew it. And also I will trim the zipper off. Or the excess can actually stay inside. It's not a problem. The zipper will only open up to that point. Actually a bit less, it will go around about up to there when it's opening. Okay, I've pulled off the basting tape piece of paper, and now I'm sticking the zipper. The basting tape is there at the bottom, and I'm sticking the zipper so it is like halfway climbing up onto the piping. I don't know if you, hope you can see what I mean. So it's basically just like on the piping, and you base that all the way down, all the way. You can see it is just like it's climbing up on the piping there. So I can put a stitch right on the edge, and once you put your stitch there, it becomes, it will be like a hidden zipper. Okay, the zipper is now sewed on. You can see it's very close to the piping, and I put basting tape on for the top panel, and that's going to be our next project, to get the other panel on. You will see now the notches I've made on the panels is lining up. Also the corners of the materials are lining up. So all of this is ready for sewing. So I'm going to sew now the other side of the zipper to the top panel. Right, there's the cushion now completed. You can see the sides. Yeah, it's fairly straight. It's not like bulge in. I'm not saying I'm not a bolster. And there's your zipper. You can hardly notice it. That's sitting at the bottom, and that is your cushion. Your scatter cushion. So that's your scatter cushion. All sorted.